Good morning, children. Happy to see you all once again. So, last week we saw the chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. I know that you are learning about the fibers from grade 6, right? You know that there are two types of fibers, natural fiber and synthetic fibers. Up to grade 7, you were learning in detail about the natural fibers from the plant source and animal sources. Plant source will include cotton and jute. Animal sources will include wool and silk. So there comes the next step of this topic, that is your synthetic fibers. Okay, children. So this is a very interesting chapter. I really liked it, and because it is involving a lot of informations to know about our dressing, right? So last week we saw about the synthetic fibers. There are four fibers: rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. We discussed about each and everything in detail. This is going again going to be a recall class of your synthetic fibers. If you are clear with the synthetic fibers, I may next move to plastics. Okay. So what is a fiber first of all? A fiber is nothing but a thread. From the fibers, I will twist it to make it into a yarn, and from the yarn, by weaving, I will get the fabric, right? So, the fibers which are all prepared in the chemistry lab for the benefit of human beings are called as your synthetic fibers. Synthetic means artificial, prepared for the benefit of humans. Also called as man-made fibers, hence the name man-made, right? Yeah. So I already told that synthetic fibers are polymers. Poly means it is many. Mer means units. It consists of many units. I just gave you a clear idea about what is meant by polymer, I think. If you don't understand, again, please see. Okay, so there are certain units present separately. When I join them together, I get the polymer used for a specific purpose. Whenever they are separate, I cannot use it for anything. When I join together or link them together, I get a new form of the same separate units in a usable form. That is called as my polymer. Okay, these structures are involved in your chemistry. Like how do you have your cells in your biology? These units will be involved in your chemistry, making up the or all the objects around us. As you know that all the objects are made up of some matter. So what is the matter refers to in chemistry is these units only, right? So the separate units I give the name as monomer. Mono means single unit. When the single units called monomer are linked together, they form the polymer, right? The next thing, we saw the types of synthetic fibers. There are four fibers which we are discussing in this chapter: rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. Okay, so first let us see this. We have already seen this again, my dear children, but I wanted to give you a quick recall of this again in this class. This is just the recall session of your last class. Artificial silk. Rayon is also called as the artificial silk, right? It is very cheaper compared to the original silk because nature has provided us everything, right? If I wanted to wear the sari which is made up of silk, which is obtained from the original natural silkworm, it would be too costly. All sorts of people cannot afford for this. So there came a replacement for the original silk, that is your rayon. So which is the artificial silk, my dear children? It is your rayon. Where am I using it? Where am I finding its applications? In carpet, in clothes and even in bed sheets too. From where am I getting the rayon? From the wood pulp. Now you may question me that, ma'am, wood pulp is a natural object. No ma'am, from the trees are natural thing. So if from the wood pulp rayon is obtained, is rayon a natural fiber? You may get this question, but the answer is No, though it is obtained from the wood pulp, though it has a natural source, it was prepared by the man not directly. How do you use your cotton fibers? From the cotton bolls. Yes, the flowers of the cotton are called as cotton bolls, and after combing, I directly get the cotton fiber without any chemicals involved in it. But from for this rayon, it is obtained from the wood pulp, and after some process of including some chemicals inside the wood pulp, only then I will get the rayon in the usable form. So though it is a natural source, it is not a natural fiber. It is a man-made fiber having some chemicals in it. Okay, children, the next one is your nylon. I told you very important word for this nylon, that it is stronger than your steel wire. It is so strong. Okay, so what are the characteristics of the nylon? Nylon is very lustrous. What do you mean by lustrous, my dear children? Lustrous means shiny. The nylon fibers are shiny. Okay, lustrous means shiny. They are easy to wash. They are strong and elastic, and they are lightweight. Have you seen the nylon fibers? Nylon thread and all? Okay, nylon thread where you could find is in your ropes. Okay, for the ropes which you tie in your home to dry your clothes are made up of nylon. Can you just break the thread? It is highly impossible because it is very strong than your steel wire. So where do I find nylon? In the rock climbing ropes, my socks, toothbrushes, car sheets, belts, tents, all these are all made up of nylon. Yes. So where am I getting this nylon from? Coal, water and air. Again the same question. Ma'am, coal, water, air, all are natural resources. So is nylon a natural fiber? No, my dear children. From these resources, I prepare it manually in the laboratory using chemicals. So nylon is a man-made fiber. There are, though it is a natural source, the nylon is not a natural raw material. Okay, it is not naturally available one. I have prepared it by my own self by using the natural resources. I am bringing a new product by using the natural resources. So it will not be considered under natural fibers. Be very clear that natural fibers means which are originally obtained from the nature. If something is prepared and by using the natural products, means that is not your natural fiber, it is your synthetic fiber. Clear, my dear children? Yeah. So next we saw about the polyester. Polyester is a synthetic fiber and it does not wrinkle. It is best for dressmaking, right? It is very easy to wash and it is very the ideal choice, the best choice for the dresses. Okay, then I can obtain more products from the polyester. When I mix polyester with cotton, I get polycot, and when I mix polyester with wool, I get polywool. So these I can obtain more products from the synthetic fiber polyester. So this is a best choice of your synthetic fibers. And the next thing, famous polyester is your terling. Terling is a very fine fiber which is also used for making dresses, and this is a very familiar one. Okay, my dear children, please get to know about this name. It is a polyester, but it is a very famous one. There are so many forms of polyester. Can you see here? Polycot, polywool, terling, all these are all the forms of the word polyester. There are so many applications of polyester, and that is why it is considered as the best choice. And out of those various forms, terling is considered the very best, right? Yeah. Next we discussed about PET. What is this PET? PET means polyethylene terephthalate. Just check out whether I gave this expansion last class. I'm doubtful, but this is the correct one for PET. Polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, I hope I gave it as terephthalene. It is terephthalate. PET. This symbol you could notice in your bottles and the vessels made up of polyester. This is the symbol or the standard symbol indicating that the items are suitable for usages. Having the word polyethylene, poly means many, a form of polyester. This polyester is a polymer. Do you agree with me? Yes, nylon is a polymer. A rayon is polymer. Yes or no, my dear children? Yes, obviously, because all the synthetic fibers are polymers. So PET, where am I finding this symbol? In bottles and utensils and even in film wires. Next, we saw about the acrylic. Okay, acrylic is nothing but the artificial wool. This is the cheaper version of wool. Why am I saying acrylic as a cheaper version, my dear children? Because where am I getting the natural fiber wool from? From the sheeps and goat. Is it possible for me to get the wool whenever I am in need of? No, right? For that you have to properly nurture the sheep and goats. You cannot expect for the wool from the sheep and goats always, because sometimes we may be in a high demand for wool, whereas if we are believing the sheep and goats, we may be end up in disappointment, because the sheep and goats are not of so many numbers as compared to the demand of the human. We saw in the last class, the very first thing, there is a high increase in the population, but there is a less amount of resources available naturally, and that led to us the development of synthetic fibers, right? Yeah. So where are we finding this artificial wool? In sweaters, blankets and shawls too. Some woolen shawls are there which are all used by the foreigners to keep them warm. So they are all actually not made from wool, they are artificial wool, that is your acrylic. Right, children? Yeah. So these are the characteristics of synthetic fibers, that they are cheap. Durable means, what do you mean by durable? Lifelong. They give a very good life. They stay and provide their benefits for a long period. Easy to wash and available in variety of colors, Yes, I can mix it with dye and make use of it in whatever color I wish for. Disadvantages of synthetic fibers is they catch fire and melt on heating. This also we discussed in the last class, that whenever you are cooking, you should not wear any cloth made of synthetic fibers, because they easily catch fire. Yes, so that is why I requested you to advise your mother to not to wear any kind of synthetic fiber or synthetic fabric while cooking. Always, which is advisable. Cotton clothes are advisable when for the persons who work near the fire. And the apron. Apron means, what is that? The overcoat which we wear during in cooking. Apron, I'm sorry, apron. Apron means this is the overcoat which we usually prefer before going to the kitchen, right? With also a cap in our head. So that apron is actually made up of natural fibers like your cotton. It is not made up of synthetic fiber. Apron is not a synthetic fiber, children. Okay. So I request you to go through this again in detail by reading your textbook. So one part of this chapter is over. The remaining part will continue in the next class. Please do make sure that you are thorough in the concepts. You are clear in the concepts first of all. If any doubt, please do call me. Thank you, children. See you in the next class.